What is happening, guys? It is your main man, Matt, from the DFS 5-pack, rocking it solo Saturday, March 27th. Man, I haven't made one of these solo videos in a minute, so I figured I had some stuff to do this morning. Excuse me. I will just make one video for the members only and the public video. Obviously, the members will still get the write-up. I'm handling the write-up today. We got a really juicy slate tonight to talk about, so I'm kind of hyped to get into it. And with that being said, let's get it. So, 1 second, guys. Let me screen share this. Alrighty, that should be screen sharing for everyone. We'll start it off with the first game, man. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some plays here. On a lot of slates, this would be just like lock in a bunch of pieces and move on and just call it a day. Tonight, there's like kind of a few spots like that, so it's hard to say that about like any one spot in particular. That being said, I mean, just starting from we'll start with Detroit. They played last night, played a competitive game against Brooklyn. I mean, this line's probably pretty small. I think Beal's questionable here. Let's see. Yeah, Beal's like for real questionable. So not sure if he's going to play. The line in this game is 3.5. I mean, tiny. So I think that this is probably a competitive game. I don't love that Detroit is on the back end of a back-to-back. That being said, they played well last night. They do have a lot of bodies right now, though. Like Corey Joseph played 18 minutes. Not that we're looking to use him here. Yeah, definitely not looking to use him. Jeremy Grant was very meh. Let's see, Josh Jackson. I think all these guys were like okay, but no one was like really that great. Plumlee was good. Finally been over 30 minutes. If that's going to be a trend, I mean, I got no issues going right back here if you want to take a shot on him. Maybe my favorite piece of Detroit, Sadiq Bey. Kind of feel similarly about him as Plumlee. I think he's got slightly higher upside because he'll play more minutes. My boy, Isaiah Stewart. Interesting, he only played 6 minutes last night. Not sure why. I will definitely have to look into that. He got ejected. That's why. So that's why Plumlee played more, for sure. Now remember, he got ejected. So I'm not really feeling Plumlee. Stewart would be the guy I'd go to. I'm a Stewart fan. He's been playing a bunch of minutes lately. I mean, look at the game log. His price is down a little bit now because he got ejected yesterday. Game log littered with 20 pluses, high 20s at that. I like Stewart quite a bit. So forget what I said about Plumlee. If I need a cheap piece, I like Stewart. I doubt many people go here. Not that I think we need it tonight, but I'm a fan. He's in play for me. Any of these scrubs? I mean, I know some people got screwed over by Magruder last night. Not someone I'm really looking to play ever. Frank Jackson, I mean, he's very meh. That's being nice. I mean, Saban Lee was good for a minute there, but he just doesn't get good run anymore. And Dennis Smith Jr. might play today. If he plays, I mean, I think you can look at him potentially. You know, we'll have to wait and see like what his deal is. As far as Washington goes, I know they're introducing a couple new bodies today, I'm pretty sure. Chandler Hutchison and Daniel Gafford. Not that I expect these guys to get major run. It does kind of, I was going to say it kind of opens up the center rotation for Washington now with no Wagner, but now Gafford's in the mix, and who knows if he's going to play. So the secondary pieces from Washington, I'm not overly interested in if Beal plays. I don't know if Beal's going to play or not. It is a good spot for Washington. Beal just doesn't look great right now. So it's definitely Westbrook and then everyone else. I mean, I think Westbrook is a phenomenal play. If Beal plays, if he doesn't play, I think you're going to see him with a lot of ownership, and it makes sense. He looks really, really good here. Not sure how high owned he'll be at 11K, but clearly the upside's real. I know he hasn't been monster the past couple of games, but I mean, check that game log. He's got 70 plus in that 3 of 5 stretch. I mean, he's balling. I have no problem getting to Westbrook here. And then if Beal's out, yeah, Rui played well against the Knicks the other night. He's shown some flashes recently under 6K. I don't mind that call at all. Not sure that's where I'm going to get on this slate, but I'm a Rui fan, so I don't hate it. New York and Milwaukee. Giannis just hasn't been great the past couple of days. I'm definitely not looking to play him here in a tough spot against the Knicks. As far as Milwaukee goes, I'm really not looking to play anyone here. It's just not really a great spot for Milwaukee. Not interested in anyone from Milwaukee. I mean, Giannis is going to be really low, and if you like him, do your thing. Just probably not where I go. As far as the Knicks, he's probable. This is another good spot for Randall. I just can't see him being a priority on this slate at 10 too. The guy that's balling is a guy that, I've talked about a bunch recently. It's RJ Barrett. Price is up. I know Ryan and I got into that, talked about how his upside usually isn't monster. Well, he showed it last game. This kid's really starting to come into his own. Good spot against Milwaukee. Depends what you think happens in this game. I don't know if I'm going to load on this game, but I like the Knicks pieces more than the Milwaukee pieces. And right now, Barrett might be at the top of the list. All righty. Anyone else from the Knicks I'm really interested in? Burks has been playing well, so I don't mind him either. He's going to shoot a ton. Interesting. Again, this slate is loaded, but the Knicks are in a pretty good spot here, so I don't mind Burks. He's 1,000 less than Barrett. I don't mind Burks. I know Taj Gibson played really well last game. They ran with their second unit. They dominated the Wizards in the fourth quarter of that last game. Mitchell Robinson lost a ton of run. Not the spot I'm looking to use Robinson here, but I also wouldn't chase Taj Gibson. Now we get to one of the games of the night. Saw this last night, and for me, I hate these spots where these teams play, especially, back-to-back games, especially the night before. However, these teams, you talk about two teams that give up DFS points, and these are it. So I used Wall last night, and he was solid. He shot 6 of 25. He's going to shoot better than that. I hate that they just played last night. I just hate that. Horrible loss for Houston. They've now lost 22 of 23. They are god-awful. That was a game they should have won. Minnesota went on a 22-0 run, I think, to end that game or in the fourth quarter, and that's sad. Minnesota, not even a good team. So I'm kind of worried about Houston dying here. I also am not sure who all is in and out for Houston. That being said, Minnesota's a good spot. Wall put up close to 50 last night and shot 6 of 25. If he makes 2 more threes, you're talking about, mid-50s. So, yeah, he looks good here. Kevin Porter Jr., I'm thinking he doesn't play. If he plays, it changes things up a little bit. With House out, I think you're going to see Ben McLemore. Oh, there it is. He balled last time out. I think he's going to be chalky as hell. And I get it. He's in a good spot. He played 36 minutes. I think you lock him into your cash games. He saw price decrease. That's just crazy. However, we know who Ben McLemore is. Those 3 assists are high, real high for him. You see how many he averages per game. I know he, got more of an opportunity last game, but he shot 7 of 14 from 3. Not saying it couldn't happen again, and he can 10x his price like he did last slate. I could also see him, putting up 17 here, and you don't need that. Not that that kills you at all. So it's probably a smart move just to play him. But I think he's going to be 70% owned in tournaments, and the fade is intriguing. That's all I'll say, because we've read this book before with Ben McLemore. We know who he is. All righty. Anyone else from Houston? I don't mind Tate. I doubt I'm going to get there. Christian Wood was more solid than spectacular. Oh, that's Towns. Excuse me. I was like, whoa. Wood, 8,500. It's a good spot. Again, though, I probably don't want to spend that much on him here. I don't love that these teams just played last night. It is a great spot, but there's other good spots on this slate. So, I don't know. If Beal's out, I like Westbrook more than any of the big money guys in this game. That's just me personally, though. As far as Minnesota goes, and what about, hold on, let me talk about like Sterling Brown. Yeah, I think he's wildly in play. Price increase, but these guys deserve to be priced up a little bit, and they're still wildly in play. It changes if KPJ is in. I don't think you're crazy to use Augustine as a filler. And, of course, if Wall is out or something, I mean, I think you can just plug him in and move along with your life. So there's that. Not that he's going to win you any tournaments or anything. So I will say this. Ben McLemore has much higher upside than Augustine, but I trust Augustine to get you 20-plus, much more than I do McLemore. So that's all I'll say about that. Chicago and San Antonio. So interesting spot here. I mean, because Vooch is now a member of the Bulls. His first game as a member of the Bulls. Zach LaVine is questionable. I mean, if he's out, it makes me like Vooch a ton. Like, it's his first game, yeah, but it's not a bad spot against San Antonio at all. I mean, we know who Vooch is, and if LaVine's out, like most of Chicago's offense, Vooch is going to be asked to handle a massive load tonight. That just is what it is. Even if LaVine is in, I don't really love Vooch because the Bulls have a lot of bodies, but I don't hate him either because I'm not going to be surprised if he puts, I don't want to say puts on a show because he rarely puts on a show, but has a real nice game in his Bulls debut. Everyone else from Chicago, I mean, it's kind of murky. Can't really talk about them without knowing about LaVine. I'm not really too interested in many of these guys now. They made that trade. They also added Al-Farouq Aminu, who was playing pretty well before that deal. I mean, not really that I'm not really trying to use him here because who knows how much he plays, but I mean, he could play 30 minutes. So it is what it is. Probably not the slate for it. If LaVine's out, though, all these other secondary pieces become more in play. As far as San Antonio goes, it's always hard to get to San Antonio when they're healthy like this. I am as big of a DeRozan fan as you'll find. It's pretty tough to get there right now with him, though. I will say the last two games, like they got rolled. He didn't play well in that second game against the Clippers. I mean, he's now under 8K. Like, he's definitely got upside here. I'm a DeRozan fan. Projections aren't going to really like him today. And he's not like a guy I'm going to hard recommend. But I expect this game to be competitive. I don't mind DeRozan here. If I'm making one lineup, struggle to see myself getting there, but I'm a huge fan. I don't hate the spot. I don't think I'll get any ownership at all either. Everyone else from the Spurs, I mean, it's hard to get to anyone on San Antonio right now. Yeah, Murray's okay. I mean, I'd rather use DeRozan, but yeah, can't do it. All right, moving on to another game. This is basically just another cross-off for me. These teams played last night, and unlike Houston and Minnesota, I mean, I just don't see the upside here. That said, Mitchell, another 50 bomb. I mean, he is balling right now. This dude is playing some really good basketball. And if you want to go here at 9K, do your thing. Or I'm going to prioritize my money. I mean, you can't play everyone. I like Westbrook more. I hate that these teams played last night. Not a great spot. But he is just balling out of control right now. So I don't hate it. Anyone else? I'm not really looking at anyone else from this game, though. I can't see myself using anyone from this game, except for if you want to take a shot on Mitchell. All right, moving on. This should be a good one. Dallas and New Orleans. Porzingis was really good early yesterday. I mean, for the first three quarters. Interested to see what happens with Doncic here. It's hard to speak on Dallas. I mean, not knowing about Luka. If Luka is out, oh, no. Oh, he acknowledged that he might sit out for rest purposes. So I expect him to sit for sure. And if Luka plays, I mean, it doesn't really do much for me for Luka. I think he's a slightly better play, but that's it. The numbers bear that out, that it's not that much of a difference as far as Luka's numbers go when Porzingis is on or off the court. So, again, I think you can, Luka's always in play. And this game should be competitive against New Orleans. let's see. He had been playing really well. He's got a really good game log against the Pelicans, 80 and 73 in his past 2 games. The Pelicans give it up to point guards. If he is in, I think he's a really good spend-up option. I like him as much as Westbrook. Not more, because I really like Westbrook, but on the same level, like, for sure. So, yeah. If he's out, I mean, we can look at all these Dallas secondary pieces just because, I mean, you're going to have no Luka, no Porzingis, guys like Josh Richardson, Tim Hardaway, Jalen Brunson, Trey Burke, all of them. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Hopefully Luka plays and we can just like kind of play Luka and do our thing. As far as the Pelicans go, Ingram was a big disappointment last night. He just did not play well in a spot that, he had just performed really well in. So that was disappointing. Zion went ham. One of my buddies asked me Zion or Ingram. I mean, it's always a toss-up. I said Ingram because I liked Ingram slightly more last night. He had just put up 55 in that spot, but Zion just went all the way off. It's one of the best, if not the best, stat line of his career. 39, 10, 5, 2 blocks, 1 steal. Major props to him. Monster game. And I don't think he's like out of play here. I'm not really looking at him too hard, but I mean, coming off that monster game, I think you could definitely do worse. I'll say that. The other pieces from New Orleans, obviously Alexander Walker is a guy you can surely take a look at. I mean, he hasn't done anything he can't duplicate or replicate, and at 5,300, I have a hard time not playing him. I think that he's a mainstay in all formats. I feel much safer with him than I do Ben McLemore, although those 2 guys might be the guard locks today, and then you can choose your own set of choice as far as that goes. So Alexander Walker, not like the best spot in the world, but it doesn't even matter. His price is still too cheap. He's playing monster minutes. He's a guy at that price point. I don't care that he played last night. Just plug him in and move on. The other guy that balled is Eric Bledsoe. Ryan was talking a lot of trash about him, saying how bad of a DFS player he was. And he's not good, but he still has that game in him. Coming off a monster game last night with Lonzo still out. I mean, I don't even think many people know that this happened. So I doubt many people go here. Not that I'm like really looking to get here either, but he put up, close to 40 last night. He's 4,400. So take that for what it is. All righty, moving on to the late games. There's a couple good spots here too, man. Like, what's up with Fournier? He might play today. I mean, a guy that's close to a lock for me as it gets is Robert Williams. I mean, this dude's a stud. I've been talking about the Time Lord for a while. I loved him at Texas A&M. Look at that. He only scored – he didn't have double-digit in anything and had 40 DK points, over 40 DK points. That's so impressive. I mean, I think he could be in line for more minutes here. I think some guys for Boston are surely going to be out. Good win for them last night. I mean, he's a DFS stud. So I expect him to be right back in the starting lineup, and I will probably lock him in. I mean, obviously a lot of stuff can change as far as this slate goes, but as of right now, 146 Eastern, I like him quite a bit. I mean, Boston, like, I don't think. Oh, so Kemba's now out. So that came out 20 minutes ago as I started my video. Sweet. And is anyone else out for that? Let me check real quick. So we got Kemba out. Probably. Oh yeah, it came out right before I started. Sorry. Let me see something quickly. All right, so that definitely puts more of the Celtics in play. Guys that I've liked when Kemba's been out. Marcus Smart. I mentioned him yesterday, coming off a really good game. He's playing big minutes now. Another good spot against OKC. This changes if Fournier's in, but I'm not sure he's going to play, so we'll kind of just have to wait on that news. You got the mainstays, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I'm not really looking to spend $8,200 on Brown, but he's pretty much always in play, especially when Kemba's out. Tatum, monster game last night. Again, down I get here on a back-to-back. I'm more like Smart, and I love Robert Williams. Those are my 2 favorite pieces. That being said, Wagner did play last night, so he played 10 minutes. I expect that's about what we'll see. Robert Williams is the guy, and I doubt Cornette is going to play at all. Yeah, no. So not worried about him. I mean, I'm not even sure he'll be on their roster in a week. So, yeah, Semi is out. I mean, I don't think that does much of anything. Smart, Robert Williams. You know, obviously, if Fournier's in, it makes me like Smart a little bit less. Tatum, Brown are surely in play. Not that I will likely get there, however. All righty. To the OKC side, Beasley's questionable. We haven't seen him in a minute. Oh. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to believe he's playing until we see it, so I'll just take that for him probably being out. So Shy today. Shy's out for sure. Yeah, I forgot about that. So, yeah, all these pieces from OKC. What's up with Horford? Not looking to play Horford here, but, like, if he's out, I mean, our boy Moses, he balled last game with Horford in. I mean, I don't love him if Horford's in. If Horford's out, I'd still play him, though, at 6K close to. I mean, now they have Bradley in the mix, so kind of got to wait on OKC. They got a lot of moving parts, so just tough to break them down right now. Already, a game I'm not really interested in from a DFS perspective. Philly and the Clippers. Clippers have been on the road for okay. I didn't realize that he was like actually hurt. They hadn't been on the road for a while either. Sorry about that. Again, if he's out, and we might not know till later, I think Paul George becomes a very, very good play. Not a great spot. I don't think like you have to lock him in, but he was very like seemed pedestrian last game. He still put up 47.75. So with Kawhi out, if Kawhi's out, no issues with that at all. Reggie at 40. It's not a great spot for the Clippers. And these guys, well, they're not really priced up. Man's still under 4K. What did he end with? Okay, I think Man, with Lou Williams now out of town, I think Man's a guy they're going to give run to, significant run. And under 4K, I think he's surely in play. And if Kawhi's out, he's an even better play. All righty. Anyone else from Philly? I mean, Zubac. Yeah, Zubac is definitely in play. He's under 6K, and look at the game log. In any close game, I mean, he's getting good run. He even started running that blowout. I expect this to be a game. Yep, he's in play. I mean, definitely in play. And then as far as Philly goes, I can't get the Simmons on this slate in this spot. No, thank you. Dwight Howard, I don't even want to say he did us dirty because I really love him and going back to that Lakers spot. He got ejected for some garbage. Harrell shoved him and then they tossed him for no apparent reason as far as what I saw. So I was very upset about that. I don't mind taking a shot on Howard here. I think he plays with some vengeance today. No one will go here. He's sneaky. I mean, I like Robert Williams a lot more, but he's $1,000 less and way less owned. I mean, Howard's going to be under 3% owned in my eyes. So sneaky tournament play if you like that sort of thing. All righty. Moving on, because I don't really love that game like at all. So probably don't force anyone into my lineup. If guys are out, that changes things slightly. So then a game like I do have interest in for sure. Cleveland played like shit last night. They did not look good at all. But they're in a different spot here than they were last night. I mean, they're facing Sacramento. Cleveland's not very good. I expect this to be a game. I know Sacramento's like 8.5-point favorites, but I kind of expect Cleveland to play decent here. Sacramento is certainly not a team I trust as an 8.5-point favorite. And I think that this game is wildly in play for both sides. So from the Cleveland side, Sexton's questionable again. He didn't play last night. Kind of assume he's out again. Garland was not good. He just wasn't very good. The whole offense wasn't very good. I expect a completely different performance tonight. People are going to be off him. Not that people were on them last night because it was such a massive slate, but I like the Cavs a lot in this spot. I think Garland's wildly in play, and I'm not really a guy that uses the Cavs like hardly at all. Nance was good last night. He's pricey. He's back-to-back 40 bombs, so don't mind it. Not going to play Chetty. Not going to play a Coro. And I'm certainly not going to play Lamar Stevens. These guys aren't going to play. I don't think they're going to play. If they're in, it changes things. I don't know about Hartenstein. Jared Allen was good last night with McGee no longer there. I expect big minutes from Allen. I like him quite a bit here. So Allen and Garland, the Cavs, two best players with Sexton out right now. Those are my two guys I like the best for sure. Two guys that I like a lot that I don't think get a lot of love. As far as Sacramento goes, they have Terrence Davis in the mix now. I don't know if he's going to play much. DeLon Wright. Corey Joseph played, so I expect DeLon Wright to play here. I mean, why wouldn't he? Man, that does take me. Fox is balling right now. I like this game. He's fairly priced at $9K. He's not too cheap. He's certainly not too expensive. I don't love what DeLon Wright does, just even if he doesn't play a ton. I mean, he's going to play some. DeLon Wright's pretty good. That will eat into Fox. Although, if he just takes over the Corey Joseph role, I could see using Fox, I'll say that. Halliburton, I could see using him also. I mean, he had no peripherals last game. I doubt that happens again. I don't like that DeLon Wright is there, but these guys aren't out of play for me. I'll say it like that. Rashawn Holmes continues to play really well. I mean, he's got no one coming in to eat his minutes up, so I got no issue going to Rashawn Holmes. Whiteside again. I mean, he missed Thursday's game, but he had been playing decent before that. He's 4,200. Nice value piece that no one will go to. I obviously prefer Holmes, but he's much more expensive. Yeah, where's Barnes? I couldn't find him. Barnes isn't really playing well right now. I mean, he's a little bit pricey for my liking, so not a guy I'm looking to get to. And then Buddy Buckets. I mean, he's fine. I like this game. I think it's competitive. I do like the Cleveland pieces a lot more, Garland and Allen. I could see myself using Garland and Allen and no one from Sacramento. I like Holmes, but I don't think he's a must at all on this slate. But the Cavs guys I like quite a bit. So, again, if I'm making a lineup like right now, we'll do this quickly because obviously a lot's going to change. I mean, the guys that I'm probably using. Shoot. All right, there we go. Okay. I'll save Westbrook because I said those two guards that I was going to lock in. One was McLemore. There's so many good plays on this slate. I already forgot who the other guard was. I said I was going to lock in. It was one of the other cheap guys. All right, now I'm mad because I have to figure out who it is. Obviously, I like Garland a lot. I like Smart. Oh, Alexander Walker. I didn't even get there, but I know it is. So, yep. All right, so we got those two. Man, if Levine's out, I love Vooch. I love Westbrook, though. I think gotta roster Westbrook, especially if Beal is out. So we have 61 hundo per guy. I mean, there's so many places to go. Robert Williams fits that pricing mold for sure. I mean, we have to wait to Dallas news because the thing is, oh, man. I don't know what to do about the Dallas guys because if Luka's out, I mean, the Brunson Burks, and they're going to have to do so much more today because Porzingis is out also probably in my eyes. We got to wait on the Dallas guys. I mean, can we even, if Luka plays, we got 40. What? Luka? No, that can't be right. Wow. I didn't even realize that he was a small forward. I mean, I hope he plays. I will just. This looks like it could easily be my core as of right now, and you can do what you want with Westbrook. I mean, there's other guys I talked about that I like a lot. I mean, a bunch of them. Paul George, if you want to wait on that news, if Kawhi's out. John Wall, any of those guys. There's a bunch of them in play. But man, this core right here looks damn good to my eyes. So I'm digging it. That is all I got for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I hadn't rocked solo in a minute. I liked it though. Got through it fast and furious. And again, if you want a day pass, you want more videos, more content, sign up. Go check out the DFS5pack.com today. And thanks again, guys.